Hey everybody, so today I just wanted to make a stock market overview video, and I wanted to start by going on FinViz and going on the S&P 500 heat map. So pay attention that basically the entire market sold off today, but there were tiny pockets of green, and there's one massive pocket of green here on Amazon. Now, I do encourage you guys to check out my Amazon video. I did make it yesterday, so I'll leave a link to that down below. But basically, Amazon is having their stock split next week. It's going to be on Monday, June 6th, so definitely mark that on your calendars. I do think that is the biggest reason why Amazon is rallying and why it is up 4.4%. So what worries me here is that the entire market is selling off and Amazon is pretty much green. So to me, what this could potentially mean is that we're just going to have this massive pump on Amazon. Amazon carries the market for a little bit, and then we have this massive dump. So I've seen this a lot of times with stock splits where we have this insane rally, and then after that we have this massive dump. So I'm just going to go straight into the technicals. Now, starting with SPY, I do also have another video. You can check it out. It's a couple days ago, but I'll link it down below where I talk about risk ranges. So the risk range on SPY is 405.37 to the downside and 425.15 to the upside. So right now, I do want to note that we drew this Doji. So we have this a little bit of indecision here. So do we want to go higher or do we want to go lower? So what could happen is, we could sell off a little bit before the Amazon stock split, and then we have this massive rally, or we could just rally and then we rally for a little bit longer and then we sell off, and just like that pump and dump that I was talking about. So the one thing I do want to talk about is when I do go back in time. There was this time back in 2020 where Tesla and Apple both split. I remember it like it was yesterday. Now, when that happened, we saw some pretty significant upside, and then we essentially sold off. So this correction right here was really from Apple and Tesla just selling the heck off after they had that massive rally. So that rally was just so insane. So this was really the last big time that we had a correction on SPY back here in 2020. And then we haven't had basically a correction since. And now we're getting this massive move down. So the last time we actually had a correction was all the way back here in 2020 from that stock split action. So definitely something to note. Now if I go on the max time frame, I talked about this the other day where when you look at this monthly candle that we drew, we hit the top of this massive trend channel. And if you actually look at what this candle is, this candle is kind of like a long wick to the downside with basically a lot of indecision. So it's a doji. So this candle right here shows a lot of indecision. Now this makes me worry, where are we going to go next month? So for June. And is it possible that we make another leg lower, or do we get a higher low and a lower high? So a lot could happen next week or next month. So June. And let's just look at the daily chart again. So yeah, I mean, we could tag this upper risk range, which is basically lining up with this 50-day moving average. Now, if we do break above this, I would say the next big area is going to be getting past this area right here at 436. I mean, when you look right here, we had this massive down day. So if we could reclaim that, then, maybe we could go back to this 200-day moving average right here at 442.67. But when we zoom out, that's going to be right around the top of this trend channel. So to me, that's probably going to be like the highest that we could possibly get. And then obviously right here, we're going to see a lot of risk, which is right around that risk range, the upper risk range and the 50-day moving average. So definitely do look up for that to the upside. And then for the downside, like I said, the lower risk range and the 20-day moving average. Now going on to QQQ, very similar story. We have that doji again. When we look at the monthly candle that we drew, also a doji. And the lower risk range on QQQ is 299.37, so right around here. And then 318.83 for the upside, so right around here. So we're kind of right in the middle of that again. So right now we see that indecision. So I wouldn't really say risk to reward is very good getting in now, but given that Amazon stock split, I do think we could rally just a little bit more. And it's a question of, do we fade this week and then we rally next week, or do we rally this week and then we continue that rally and then we fade later? So I mean, who knows? Hence indecision right here. So the 50-day moving average is all the way over here at 327.65. So if we do break past this risk range, that could be a possibility right there. But I don't think we could get above this in the shorter term. And if we do, I think that there's significant risk just because of that potential pump and dump from Amazon. So now going into Apple, we see that exact same doji. And then when we look at the monthly, excuse my million lines, also a doji. So when we look right here, we have this trend channel. We broke above that. And I do want to note that this 50-day moving average is getting closer and closer to the 200-day moving average. So when we do see that death cross on Apple, oh my God, I think that's going to be a huge topic that everybody's going to be talking about. So I do think that's going to happen maybe within a month's time. So do watch out for this. Now, risk range on Apple is 144.93 to the downside, so right around here, and 154.35 to the upside. So, like before, we're right in the middle of that. And when we look at this prior high right here, we did break above that a little bit, and then now we're back within it. So if we do get past this area, the next area is going to be right here around 155.61. And then if we do get above this risk range and this upper area right here, I do think we could retag this 200-day moving average at 159.10. So that's Apple for you. Now IWM, just very quickly, we did break above these two massive lines. So right now it does look a little bit bullish. Now the lower risk range on IWM is 182.31, so right around here. And the upper risk range is 192.97, right around here. So the 50-day moving average is right here at 191.78. So just given IWM's track record, I do think, maybe we could draw something like this again where we get slightly above the 50-day moving average and then we fade. So that's something I do want to look out for, because if we do get above this 50-day moving average, the next thing that we have to get above is this prior high right here, which is right around 193.53, which is pretty much in line with our upper risk range, which was 192.97. So it's basically around that same area. So definitely watch out for this. This could be a good potential short, and then you'll know exactly when to get out. So when to get out is obviously going to be when we break past that. And then the next resistance area is probably going to be right here at around 204-ish. So that's my take on IWM. Let's look at what the monthly candle looks like. Monthly candle, Doji. So I do think it's very interesting that when I do draw this trend line right here, that we're basically hitting the body of that doji right there. So just a side note. Now Amazon. So if you did watch my Amazon video that I made yesterday, I talked about the risk ranges on Amazon. And if you did go back and look at my risk ranges, we basically hit that risk range today. So, this could mean a lot of things. This could mean, possibly tomorrow we back off a little bit and then maybe we rally and break through, or maybe we just fade, and then next week when we actually have the stock split, we rally back up. And then, we could have just done our massive rally today. I mean, we did move $101 today, and we did hit that upper risk range right around 2404. So that makes it very interesting today for Amazon. So it's hard to say. I mean, if we do rally a little bit more, I think it's very likely that we could just go right up to here at 2,458. And if we get above here, then the next area would be 2,523. If we get above here, next area is going to be this gap fill area, 2,608. If we get above there, then right here, this next gap fill area at around 2,714. So those are the levels that I'm watching for Amazon. Now, DIA, which is following the Dow Jones Industrial. Now, there's something very interesting that I wish I noticed sooner, but I noticed it today. So I'm going to go back in time here. I'm going to go way back in time. Maybe this back in time. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm connecting this right here with these former tops. So this top, and then this price action down here. Now pay attention when I zoom in. Look where we're at right now. So this massive move that we had is basically right here, and it's tagging this trend line. Now the body of this trend line is right around here as well. So I do find this to be very, very interesting. What's going to happen here? Are we just going to smack down and reject? Or are we going to break past this? So I do understand why we have a doji today on basically all the indices. And I think it has a lot to do with the Dow. So yeah, when I do look at the Dow right here, you can see that we broke past this area, had this nice rally. Now, where we want to get above is really right here at 353.92, because this is a former high. So if we could get above this, then that's going to say, hey, we're going back bullish again, and we're going to be above the 200-day moving average. And another former high right here is going to be at 240. So if we do break past this 50-day moving average right here at 335.28, I do think the next area is going to be right here at 340-ish. And then if we break past that, then I think we're going to get right in between this little gap right here, right around like 345. And then if we break above that, then we'll be above the 200-day moving average, and then we could see if we could break above this right here. So those are the levels right there that you got to watch out for DIA. And lastly, Bitcoin. I like to call it Bitcrumbs because that's what it seems like lately. So when we're looking at Bitcoin, I mean, we had this massive move down. And then when we're looking right here, essentially we kind of broke out of this little area that we were, consolidation, distribution, not too sure yet. I mean, still a little bit too early to say, but we are getting to a very interesting point. So if we can hold this area right here, there's a very good potential that we could just break right out of this downtrend line. So if you look at this downtrend line, it's catching these tops right here, this top and this top. Now we need to break right above this. And then, the next form of resistance is going to show itself at the 50-day moving average, which is right around 34,645, which kind of lines up with that candlestick right there. So this candlestick right here is right around 34,000, let's see, 34,000-ish. And then we see this 50-day moving average right around here at 34,645. So, if we do break above this candle right here, maybe we have like a little bit more room to go up to this 50-day moving average. And then we'll see what happens from there. If we break above this 50-day moving average, I do think the next area that Bitcoin can go to is likely going to be, see if there's anything important that we need to look at. It's likely going to be this little bar right here. So if we could get above 35,487, then I think that we can reclaim quite a bit. And I will be looking at right around here at 40,000 as the next level that we got to get above. So yeah, if I zoom out right here, you can see 40,000. Once we got above this level, we had this rally right here. And then this was also acting as support right around here as well. Now, if we can get above 40,000, I think the next level is going to be this 41,668-ish area, which should kind of line up with this 200-day moving average, which right now is around 42,476. So this could move down a little bit more, and then it could line up with this area of potential resistance. So maybe I could actually move this up a little bit. This is probably more accurate right here because it's catching this resistance right there, It also catches this prior support right there. And that is right around 42,377. So my bad on that. So that's Bitcoin for you. If we do get above this 200-day moving average, then I do think, we could see another pretty big bull run. And then, the next area of resistance is probably going to be this former top right here, right around 48,463. So that's it for my analysis, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.